Hey my Meloholics, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I will be teaching you guys how to make a wisteria flower pattern. So getting straight into it, I've already crocheted 100 chains, so now we're gonna move on into the next step, which will be slip stitching into the third stitch. But I noticed right here that wouldn't be a good angle, so I switched it up for y'all. Don't mind my feet in the background. So like I said, we're gonna be slip stitching into the third stitch from the hook, not starting with the stitch that your hook is already in. Keep that in mind. So you need to start with the stitch that comes right after the stitch that your hook is already in. Then once you slip stitch into the third stitch, you will chain 3. As you can see, I'm chaining 3 right there. And then after you do that, you go into the same stitch that you started your slip stitch and your chain in. So once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and do that 4 more times. So you slip stitch and then you chain 3 and you do that 5 times. That would pretty much be the same concept throughout the whole entire project, except for instead of doing 3 chains and then slip stitching into the same stitch the whole time, it will be slip stitch, chain 3, and then slip stitch into the same stitch that you chained your 3 in for 5 times. Then you'll move after the 3 chains for 5 times, you'll move on into slip stitching, chaining 4, and repeating that same process until you do that 5 times. And it's the same process afterwards. You do 4, then you do 5, then you do 6, and then you do 7. I stopped at 7. So once you do the slip stitch, chain 7, and then slip stitch into the same stitch, you keep doing that for the rest of the way. You don't change anything up. You just keep doing 7 from that point on. So you reach the end of the wisteria pattern, and what I'm doing right here, that's the last stitch. So I'm just doing my last slip stitch and 7 chains. So once I finish that, I personally like to chain 1 at the end of like at the very end, at your very last 7 chain. I like to just chain 1, and then that's when I will take my hook off, or I'm sorry, cut the tail of your yarn, take your hook off, and then just pull it through to tighten the end of the stitch so nothing comes undone. And then just to have it like extra secure, I love all of my projects to be as secure as possible. I just tie the 2 excess tails into a knot, and that's pretty much it. That's how we end it off. And so then very last step is just twisting your pattern so it comes out right. Like I mentioned in my last video, the crochet tip long nail edition is shaping your projects are very important, or it can be very important when it comes to your projects. So for this project in particular, twisting it is very important for them to come out the way that you guys see them here. That's how many I made so far, and that's all, you guys. That's how you make your wisteria pattern. If you guys decide to try it out, don't be afraid to show me what your outcome was. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.